Hello, and welcome to Cricket Center, our weekly cricket program. And this is your host, Dr. Avas Masood. We are recording this program after a gap of 2 weeks. But boy, oh boy, so many things happened in the world of cricket over the last 2 weeks. We are talking about that. The biggest being India's defeat at the hand of New Zealand in Test match, 3-0. That too in India, and that too against New Zealand. We'll talk about that. And we'll see that what will happen, what will the effect of this defeat in their tour to Australia. Then we'll talk about Pakistan team's match, which they're starting today at Melbourne. We'll talk about team selection and the playing 11 selection. And then at the end, we talk a little bit about the never-ending controversy and toxicity in Pakistan cricket. The latest being the resignation of Custon, the coach. As he left, he resigned, and we'll see that is it good or bad for Pakistan cricket? If it's bad, how bad is that? We talk about that. But before I do that, let me introduce my panel today. My co-host, Mr. Afzal Hussain. He's joining us from Birmingham, UK. And we have another guest, Dr. Habib Haider. Dr. Habib Haider is an acute medicine consultant. He is based in Nottingham, UK. And last but not least, I'm very glad to have in panel Mr. Javed Nasser. He's better known as Javed Nasser Charlie. He has played cricket in Pakistan, first-class cricket. He has represented Pakistan A team. Then he moved to USA, and he played for USA national team. And is still actively playing cricket, and he also does umpiring. So he is very, very involved in cricket, and we're really glad to have all these guests here, particularly Mr. Javed Nasser Charlie. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's start with last night I did not have a good sleep. Reason being that I could not stay away from the match was going on at Bombay. India against New Zealand. And I was trying to sleep, then I was checking score again, actually watching it. Boy, this was really one to remember. Afzal, let me ask you, 3-0 defeat at the hand of New Zealand. You think that in India's cricket history, this is the most embarrassing and the worst defeat India ever had? What do you think?
As you mentioned, first of all, I would like to welcome all the guests here, Mr. Nasir, Javed Charlie, and Dr. Habib. And welcome back, Dr. Avas, after the 2 weeks gap. So, yes, coming back to your question, it's not just Indian cricket, but also what happened to Pakistan cricket in the last 2 weeks. I think things have turned upside down. If we talk about it, like I was reading somewhere on social media, it's not a bit serious, but it's a funny thing. Like India started playing like Pakistan, and Pakistan started playing like India. So that's funny, and cricket is a funny game. And I think it's the worst ever defeat for India playing in India, because if we talk about India, they have dominated the world of cricket in their home, at their home, and it's in be it England, Australia, any big side, they're not easy to defeat at home. But full credits to New Zealand. They came up with top quality spin attack, and now I think gone are the days when India was very good at playing spin, when there was Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Saurav Ganguly, VVS Lakshman, all these big names. They used to boss spin bowling. But now I think quality spin from New Zealand, they just took them over. So yes, I think this is one of the biggest defeat for India at home in the history of Indian cricket.
I mean, the surprise thing is that New Zealand just came back from Sri Lanka, where they were beaten 2-0. Maybe they were exposed to a lot of spin there, so they learned something from there and applied in in India. Dr. Habib, what do you think? You think that this is the beginning of the end of Kohli and Sharma, or is just like a slum of form? What do you think about that?
So, first of all, hello everyone, and thank you, Dr. Aves, for giving me this opportunity. I agree with what Harry said before, but in terms of whether it's end of era of Rohit or in terms of Kohli, I think they adopted the 2020 style, because most of the shots when they were out, they were clearly indicative that they were playing too much 20 crickets, and they adopted that style. And it was very surprising that New Zealand didn't have their key batsman and key bowler like Trent Boult and Kevin Williamson were not there. Whether it could be beginning of a shattering confidence among the younger players of Indian cricket who probably going to be play a major role in their future, or it could be the Pakistani team because Pakistani team whenever they perform, it create a havoc in their media, and their media is more criticizing as compared to our media and as compared to our fans, which probably they didn't handle the overall pressure. And then they already bowled out in the first test match 46 when Pakistan actually gave about 1,000 run, basically 800 something in England score. And then
Yeah.
second time when Pakistan bounced back, then India completely shattered because India media was thrashing them all over the place and praising Pakistani players and some of the players who didn't have any experience to play England in their life before. So I think it's a multifactorial thing, but eventually I think everything happened due to a reason, and I think is their loss and our gain, or our gain and their loss. You can say that,
Yeah.
but I'm really pleased to say that Pakistan actually on back on the track, and Pakistani cricket is full of histories.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to Indian cricket because I think this is a really big news. Back to Kohli also. I mean, he has been an all-format cricketer. So unlike Sharma is a good test cricketer, but basically he is a great ODI and white ball cricket. But Kohli, he is all-format cricket. So Nasser, let me ask you: you have seen and you have visited all over the world. I mean, including Australia. You think Kohli, in coming tour to Australia, you think he will regain his form? He will regain his confidence, and he will make an impact. And he said, "Okay, I'm still same Kohli, which has performed very well in Australia." Or you think that some technical fault, or is maybe aging? He's just 35, which is not just. So I think age is getting to him, or lack of confidence. And you think he will come back, or you think that it's again, like I said, beginning of the end of great Kohli.
Thank you for guys having me. You guys have really good knowledge about cricket, all of us. For the Kohli, I just coincidentally I saw the day when he was run out in the first innings. It was really showing what we're talking about. They all adopted T20 cricket or one day cricket. He just pushed the ball and just right there it was ball and he got run out, for no reason in last over before, if you guys really pay attention. But Kohli's quality is totally different. If you guys notice, is in T20 World Cup in US and West Indies, his last game he just come up and make 84 or some 89, 90 runs. He's a big player, He can come and, make the runs anytime he want if he just stay there on the wicket here. And things happen. Bad patch was there, but in the other world, they just looking at other people. They have a lot of players. They all everybody behind. Like you can see, if somebody want to replace, they have no problem to replacing Kohli or Rohit Sharma. But it's not easy, to replace them. I think Australia is a good place to, Kohli has to perform. I think he played good over there. If last time they have tour, this time you guys talk about 46 all out. The last time they were 36 all out, if you guys remember. But they came back, and then win the series. So it's
Yeah.
things happen. It was shame for the Indian teams because they made all those pitches for themselves. They have three spinners, a top class spinner in the world. But in the end, is Jaz Patel and what other guy name
Santner.
is?
Rachel
Exactly.
Santner, Rachin Ravindra, they
Sadner.
both.
Sadner took 11 wicket. Jaz Patel took 11 wicket yesterday, and then another day, the other spinner, even Glenn Phillip comes, and he took
Yeah.
some wickets, vital wickets, so they, push them back on the wall. And I really thinking as a cricketer, they be okay in this tour. I don't know after that what would happen if they collapse or things happen like in India, and then a lot of people future isn't down. I think that's I can see it. But overall
Yeah.
as a cricketer, I think is they. I mean, look like they're gonna come back and hit hard and you know
So
against
Australia,
Australia.
the last series with against India in their home ground. I think this time they will be eager to win back this series like a border Gavaskar Trophy. So after this defeat against New Zealand, I'm sure that the confidence is low in India. So what do you think I know you cannot say, but what's your prediction? I mean, the 5 test series, who gonna winner, and just take some number, what the margin would be.
Yeah. So starting off about this series, about the World Test Championship. If India is going to make it to the finals, they got to win by 4-1 margin, which looks unrealistic because it's in Australia, but it's not something which is unachievable. So it's big task ahead for Indian boys in Australia. And then obviously considering the situation and current momentum, I'll be honest, in my opinion, if me and you discussed about India and Bangladesh series as well, and we had a detailed analysis, uh, India were not very good. When they beat Bangladesh, they were not very comprehensive as India, but they somehow managed to win some games, likes of Ashwin scoring 100, and then some of the all-rounder Jadeja, he scored some runs, and that saved the test match for them. Not saved actually, but they went on to make a comeback and then won the game. So India was not very comprehensive against Bangladesh as well, and now we've seen against New Zealand. So the confidence will be shattered, and definitely going to Australia. There's a lot of high media. Australia is a place they don't give you any margin. Not even off the field. So their media is different. So they kind of challenge you mentally and technically as well. So I think it's going to be a very difficult uh, time for Indian cricket, considering the World Championship. And then my prediction for this is going to be easy win for Australia, to be honest, because they are the sort of a team when someone is under pressure, they take the lead, and then they don't let you they don't let you make a comeback because the kind of pace attack they have, the kind of spinners they have, the kind of batting they have. So it's going to be a tough one. So in numbers, I'll say maybe uh, 4-1 for
I mean,
Australia or
for
3-1
one,
for
yeah.
Australia.
I mean, actually, I agree with you. I think that it'll be 4-1 for Australia. They're taking it so seriously. Hazelwood, he is not playing against Pakistan today. He's playing Sheffield Shield like a first class cricket. So just to get ready for
Yeah.
physically and mentally for test match. So they're taking it very seriously. We are looking forward to it. This would be a great series. Okay, so Dr. Habib, what do you think? You agree with, or you have a different opinion or different expectation from India Australia series?
I think that I agree with Mr. Afzal, whatever he's saying in terms of the result. The only thing I would like to say that Kohli will come back. Kohli is a man of pressure. Whenever the pressure comes, he always deliver. But I agree that one man show Kohli will not prevent this time India, and Australia will come with full force and they will win the series. And also, it will create some panic in Australia if Pakistan will perform something which is out of the character and which could be a strong possibility because all the young players in Pakistan cricket are looking forward for this series. I know the Australia career is sometime is match or like make or finishing career for them. But I don't think so. This current cricketers in Pakistan squad, especially the younger cricketer, I think this is a good opportunity for them, which create a maybe impact on India versus Australia series.
Yeah, I think for Sharma, I think it's a make or break series. If he again continue to perform bad or he loses, I think he's over. He's already 37. They were looking for his placement. Kohli, I agree that he is a great player. He has come back. He has performed very well in Australia. His style of batting and technique suits in Australia. So we'll see. But if he fails again, which is unlikely, then I think it will be very difficult for him to bring back the that fanfare he has. So we'll see how it goes. So let's talk about Pakistan team now. They are in Australia. They are in Melbourne. They're starting their first ODI in about 5 hours from now. And wicket is, I think, a little bit, helpful for a fast bowler. And Pakistan has included 4 fast bowler in their playing 11. So, Nasir, what do you think? You've been there, and you think that leaving out no genuine spinner all fast, four fast bowler, and no fifth bowler, genuine fifth bowler, I think that gonna haunt them, or you think it's a very defensive, or is a good policy that seven batsmen, they want to be aggressive, they want to put a score on the board. What do you think that this playing 11?
I didn't see the team. I should have seen it, which other fast bowler was playing, but only all rounder
Let me tell you, they
we have is sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, they have included all fast bowlers. They have Naseem Shah, they have Shaheen, they have Asad Rauf, and they have Hasnan. They are four fast bowlers playing, and so there is no genuine spinner. I think the 10 overs will be, I think, either Agha Salman and I think Sam Ayub. They include like 10 overs, a lot of overs for like a part-timers. So they included like seven batsmen basically, and so I don't know how that policy would work for them or not. So what do you think, that combination would be okay, or you would like to have a spinner? How the spinner in ODI they perform in big grounds in Melbourne, like?
I play in Melbourne. I play in Sydney also, and trying to play in Tasmania also. Wicket is kind of changed over the years, last 12, 15 years. If you guys really notice, they're not making those wickets as like a fast bowler anymore. They have a lot of spinners, come in BBLs or BPL or whatever their league is,
Big bash
if you
league, yes.
really know exactly. And then I want to mention one single thing. We did not talk about the bounce off the wicket when India going to be over there. Because right now, three spinner is playing over there, which because Shami is not there. I don't know which other fast bowler India going to play. And this is not India or Bangladesh. This is, if they make bouncy wicket, India going to have a problem. That's the only thing. And if Pakistan playing four seamers, I really don't like the playing four seamer because they in Australia, they don't know what the wicket is. When you play the wicket, it sometimes a wicket is like a drop in wickets in Melbourne. Remember they have multiple, purpose their stadium is. So the drop in wicket is sometimes is really bounce, but most of the time come even bounce. When you come even bounce and you don't know which team gonna dominate. This is my only. I don't think they should play four bowler. I think they should play three bowler. I'm not against any bowler, whoever is playing. And Hassanan is just came in. I think they just should play. And Amar Jamal is, I think, makes a difference. Right now in like Abdul Razak. You need an all rounder to playing in Australia. You cannot just go over there have, seven batsmen is over there and they're not gonna do anything. And last four is just anybody can have a hat trick on that. So it's
Yeah, Amir
we need to.
Jamal is not in the 11 for whatever reason. I think I don't know what you call it, aggressive, that they're going to genuine fast bowler. They must have seen something in the wicket. So that's why they're going there. But against spinner concern, there's no good spinner in the whole 15. The only spinner they have, actually two spinners. One is the left arm orthodox, one is the left arm Chinaman or left arm wrist spinner. They're very inexperienced. So again, Nasir, to you, I think a spinner takes a long time, like years or years of first class cricket to get control. The one spinner, Arfad Minhas, he has not played a single first class. And the other one is Faisal Ikram. He has played only three first class. So I don't know how they're going to play and perform in ODI, because ODI is not T20. T20, totally defensive mode, a bowler can work. But ODI, you have to have some wicket taking ability also. So with that background, Afzal, what do you think that I don't care about T20? Let's talk about three ODI. And give me your expectation, who will win and what the margin would be.
Yeah, so
I think sorry.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, Nasir, where you going? Yeah.
No, I'm saying is Afzal is the other side. He's coaching the everyday kids. He know how to spin his work for these days.
Let's say
any team.
Afzal is to master at international level for spinner, particularly wrist spinner. Okay, either right arm or left arm. Don't you think that you need many years of first class cricket to master it? What do you think?
Yeah, so my words will be like being a coach, or I'm really inexperienced, to be honest, in front of Javed Bhai and the kind of cricket he has played. So my words will be so little. Kind of character is sitting here in the talk at the moment. But what I'll say, what I've seen, and I think he might agree to me as well. Like leg spin or off spin, it's an art, and then you have to master that art, and that only comes with experience and a lot of practice. It's not just one time. You spend day and days into the nets, keep on bowling, then you kind of find your rhythm after like thousands of deliveries, in different sessions. It's not just like, oh, you bowl good 10 overs, you went back, and you came again. It's an ongoing process, and maybe you'll have good days, you'll have bad days, but spin bowling, the reason why we have been struggling to find a good spinner in all these years, because our focus has shifted towards the shorter format, which you mentioned, where you kind of go to contain runs just to save yourself from being hit out of the park. And then spin is all about, bowling, 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 setting up a batsman, and then bringing that weapon out, be it googly, doosra, top spin, a quicker one. Then you get them out. So, and it comes with practice. It doesn't come with 4 overs, to be honest. So the shift has to be on, and the focus has to be on, longer format. And we need to sit down with some of the leg spinners which we got, like if we have Osama Mir, Arafat Minas, then this is a very good off spinner, Miran Mumtaz. I've seen him PSL, young, very good, but then he's a T20 bowler. So he needs to
Yeah.
learn the art of, bowling long spells. Am I right to say that, Javed bhai?
Yeah, I think
Well,
you
let
are
me,
right.
Javed, let me ask
Just
you. Let me ask
yes,
you,
go ahead,
because
sir.
this is your specialty, like right arm wrist bowler and googlies. So you think that Zampa, he is a leg spinner, he's a wrist spinner, and has very good control. He has been very successful in white ball cricket. You think that he gonna give us a lot of trouble in these 3 days, three ODIs?
Yes, he will. Because he's really you. If you guys really notice over the years, last 3 4 years, Zampa is around the world cricket. He's playing all kind of cricket, and he gonna give. Pakistan is very weak when it come to spin. If you guys
Yeah.
really pay attention, for the cricket, any regular spinner comes and then they just shaking their hand and trying to slog and they not have no control. Very very rare you see one of those days if any spinners comes and they're not gonna hit him and they're gonna give a lot of runs. But by the control, they always scare Pakistani batsmen. Even it's Babar Azam time, you can see them how they're batting. They're shaking. They play so many dart ball, to the spinners. And in the end, or when you come to this log or making a runs, they got out. I just don't know. Even last, the other, Kamra Kamal and all those people, the era, even, Misbah them and I've been watching all those things so many years, But spinner, they need a good leg spinner in Australia. Just like, please, I just want to say one thing. You see, all those cricketers been playing in the world from IPL to PCL and CPL and Sri Lanka here, there. Even the 100 cricket is, you see it in England, watch so closely. Every team has a leg spinner. If it's not leg
Yeah.
spinner, the one left arm spinner is playing to dominate something. No matter how many times somebody got hit, but they still make him playing to make a difference. I
So
think is they
Nasir,
need
let
to
me
have.
put you on the
Yeah,
spot.
go
Like,
ahead.
if you have a choice between Zampa, Rashid, and Imran Tahir, although he's a little bit older, who would you pick for your team?
I pick Rashid because Rashid is dominator. He has a googly, sharp googly, unusual. Like even if I try every day, I would not go through. Plus, I'm 58, 59. I'm not gonna have that much strength. But seeing the person, young guy, or you going to teach somebody, you have to tell them, okay, here is the 10, 15 over for Rashid Khan. I want you to just ball like this. It's not gonna happen. He's a natural. He's a world class. I'm not a like in favor person, but still, whatever cricket you see, you're gonna say it, But which other guy
Okay,
you say? Tahir and Zampa?
Zampa, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, these are three leading.
they're not bad. They are good. They're very good.
Yeah, of
They've
course.
been playing over the years. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
say they're not good. They are one of the best around.
Exactly.
I
So,
can
Habib,
I just follow them. Some people I just
I
see
know.
their delivery, trying to look, what they're doing, and then sometimes I just pick. Sorry,
Exactly.
go ahead.
So, Habib, what do you think that margin would be? Three ODI matches. Who going to win and pick up just like a margin of victory or defeat? The
I
margin
think
mean that
that today's match,
out of three, how many ODI will be won by Australia or Pakistan?
is very crucial, and first hour of the match will tell us Pakistan body language. And there is a possibility that Pakistan may win one day, but Australia will win the series. We hope and we pray that inshallah Pakistan will win, but I think Australia will win the series. But Pakistan will definitely create a one what we call a setup in the match.
My prediction is it'll be 3-0. I don't think Pakistan going to win any of them.
I think
But I think,
uh,
what do you think, Imran?
me and Dr. Avas and our panel should always predict the otherwise, because the last time we predicted for the Test series, it happened the otherwise. So we wish that it keeps on happening. But for me, I think it's going to be a different result, because Mohammad Rizwan is a different captain, and then he's got a different mindset. I hope he gets on with the boys. He's proven with his track record in the PSL, in the domestic circuit. And one more thing I wanted to add here, because we're playing four fast bowlers, and we should have had a spinner, to be honest, or maybe a spinner helping out by Agha Salman, and then Saima Ayub, so makes it three. Because MCG is a big ground. It's one of the biggest in terms of the boundary length I'm talking about. So you need to hit big if you are playing against the spin. So for Australians, if the fast bowlers are coming and bowling at them, it makes life easier for them to score runs. They don't need to hit sixes. And I've seen good, intelligent cricketers playing in MCG. They don't go hard at the ball. They use the pace, ones and twos, threes. I've seen most like I'll tell my experience. It might be different from your perspective. I've seen a lot of cricket being played in MCG, and in Australia, all these top batters. I've seen most number of threes taken in
Exactly.
Australia rather than any other ground. So this is very important. We should have played uh, three fast bowler and a spinner. And I think
Absolutely.
it's going to be 2-1. I'll give it to Pakistan for this.
Okay. Very nice. Okay, I was there actually in 2015. I watched the World Cup cricket final at Melbourne. Oh, it's a huge ground. You're right. I mean, you will be a very physically fit athlete to field there. I mean, you have to run from to boundary. I got like a 100 meters sprint you have to make to catch the ball. And if you are fast runner between wickets, sometimes you run 4 runs over there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Is possible. Okay, so that's what is. So let's hope for the best. We will see how it goes. I think this is also very important tour for Babar Azam. His technique and his style of batting suits for Australia because there's not much swing, but ball comes on bat nicely, and he is a stroke player. Let's see how he does, and if he regains his form, all the criticism on him will be out, and he will be again as asset for Pakistan team as he always been expected to. He has underperformed so far, but hopefully he will perform. I mean, the difference between Kohli and him is that when you are out of form at age of 35 to 36, it's sometimes hard to come back in form. But when you're young, like Babar, who is 29 or 30, I think it's easier. So I hope that Babar will regain his form, and this would be good for him and good for Pakistan. So talking about Pakistan cricket, the controversy and toxicity is always there, never ending. So latest being the resignation of Gary Kirsten. He actually is supposed to be a very good coach. He is a World Cup winner coach, and now he left Pakistan after 6 months. So I think after he left, not in a good situation. So what do you think? It's bad for Pakistan cricket, or it's okay? Pakistan able to manage it, and Pakistan used to it.
I think we need to really make a policy on this, just like India did. I'm not just saying because India did this. Just being like you being a doctor, I'll tell you, and I'll ask Dr. Habib and you the same question as well. Like if you're working with a certain patient, and like as a family a physician or a family doctor, you know the history and you know ins and out and everything about their family. You can sort that issue out rather than some white doctor coming in, and then he must be, foreign qualified, gold medalist, and anything, but he cannot do that that good that like you can do for any Asian family or someone that you've been working for all these years. So for me, I think we need to work on one thing, that we need to make a statement. We need to make a decision that we got to go with the local coaches, and then we don't need to have. We can have some of the foreign coaches as consultants, and to have that modern sense of the game. But I think it's time that we need to have our own people, because they know everything about what's the reason. Like just Javed Bhai can tell, he can tell you 10 problems in Pakistan cricket, and then he can give you 20 solutions because he's been there. He's played all his life in Pakistan, and then he went overseas. But an overseas coach, he will just come there for like weeks, maybe months, and then he's away. And then I think that really happened with Gary Kirsten as well, because he was traveling, and then obviously he runs his own academy as well, which is Gary Kirsten Cricket Coaching. It's his project. So maybe I think it's time that we need to really realize that we shouldn't be fascinated by someone is World Cup winning coach or whatever degree he's got. I think we need to realize that we need to work on the mantra of our own coaches. Now, we've got good talent, to be honest.
Okay, I think this beauty of the discussion is that people have different opinion. I have totally different opinion than you, because I think cricket is a very, very professional game now, more than ever. And we need professional people who run that. I think foreign coaches are professional, their mindset is professional. I'm sorry to say that Pakistan coaches so far, they lack professionalism. They actually go, their job is to please some people, the board or something. They have been very disappointing. Okay.
Yeah.
And even they are part of, or they cannot prevent any grouping in the team also. So that's the problem. That's, I would prefer a foreign coaches. I mean, they have to have term. You should work with a local assistant coach, associate coach, like I think they're working with sometimes.
Azerbaijan. Yeah, now they
Other
have
Mahmood,
Azerbaijan.
yeah,
Yeah.
Other Mahmood is with them. So I think to oversee as a head coach, it has to be a foreign qualified coach. They are more professional. They don't take sides. So I think that. But again, there are pros and cons. Your opinion different. So Habib, what do you think? If you prefer, you would take a foreign coach or local coach, a Pakistan team.
I think I partially agree with both of you. That the
Oh, okay.
reason is that definitely we need a foreign coach to in terms of supervise things. As you know, there are lots of politics, personal choices in terms of local coach. But recent series was a clear witness and evidence for us that the local coach, when actually knows about the pitch's condition, make different changes, and the results are in front of us. So yes, for the local series, we should have our local coach, but for international series, like the series which I'm going to about to ask everyone, that Jason Gillespie, what do you think? How much role he can play in this series? Because Jason Gillespie know about in and out of the Australia team, and he also working as our coach now. So this can create a definitely a big impact. And secondly, if you're going to hire international coach, we need to give them a proper time limit, like 18 months
That's
or
the key.
24 months,
That is
whatever
the
the
key.
time.
Exactly.
Yeah, rather than they can just do whatever they want to, because the politics actually create a bad impact in our cricket as well.
So
Yeah.
at the end, let's ask Javed. Javed, you have played a lot of first class cricket in Pakistan. If you think that Pakistan team needs a local coach or a foreign coach? Just very briefly.
Actually, my opinion is the team Pakistani players, they basically now following the overseas coach instructions. And when they find out, they are some kind of, retard or, ignorant, and then that causes the coach's mind's problem. Maybe they're telling them go this way, they go this way. It's local is if you appoint a local coach in Pakistan, they take full advantage for their position and trying to blackmail, certain,
Exactly.
players and
Yeah.
areas, Whereas I can tell you myself, because this is you are too good, you are a good batsman or bowler or all rounder. No matter what you do, if you don't have anybody behind you, they're not gonna let you play. That's all I know, and I came from that area, And even you have an overseas coach, they are well educated, they speak better English and then explain better, expertise and here and there what they have learned, over the years, And then if you're not gonna follow his instructions, like his his agenda, guys, this is the way we're gonna do it, things to progress, there is no such thing progress in when you reach a Pakistan team or some other national teams. You have to perform. You already passed by those under 19 and under 23 and all those things. So coaches is not like just to go over there and okay, bring guys balls and I just catch you, because I was coach also. I say, man, I'm not here. I have to do certain things. I can go ball also. And when I was in Ireland, I say I'm here to how we gonna set up the team and talk to the players, how we gonna win the games, Over
Yeah.
there is, the local is not helping, I'm sorry, Awais, Dr. Awais, because these
That's
people
okay.
is take
That's the
advantage.
difference
They
of
take
opinion. Yeah.
advantage for this situation, and they're gonna tell the neighbors, hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna play your guys, They're not looking the guy somewhere in,
I mean, I'm just
Karachi or
responsible
somewhere
for
else.
the Glenn
Yeah, you're
Mushtaq and
right.
all those guys. They didn't do anything. Anyway, so leave it there. I think we are like a time-wise, we are actually. Anyway, thank you all the guests and particularly Javed. Thank you very much for your joining us, and thank you, Dr. Habib, and as always, Afzal. It was a very good discussion or in Pakistan teams' future coming days performance, and also Indian teams prospects in Australia tour. And we'll be talking about this matter. Thank you very much again.